Howdy, Fort Bend. William Ferguson coming to you today from, ready for this? Is it Fulshear, Fulshear, Fulshear? What is this?
Well, I tell you what, it's Fulshear.
Fulshear.
But a lot of people look at it and go Fulshear.
Fulshear.
And then you look at old photographs and it's spelled a different way all the time.
Oh my gosh.
It's Fulshear.
So,
Fulshear.
guys, I'm giving him a hard time. If you don't know this man, you need to get to know him. This is Don. Don, may I just call you Don today? I can
Absolutely.
say Mayor McCoy and all that stuff, but
Don't worry about
Don is my man.
You got it, Your
I've
Highness.
known Don for a while, and Don has done a fabulous job as mayor in Fulshear, and I am so excited to be here today. You're probably going to pick up on it because I see your city growing in the right direction.
Thank you.
I see your excitement about the city and everything happening with water issues, with transportation issues, with growth issues. You guys are managing it really well, and I just want to take a few minutes with you if you got it.
I really appreciate you noticing the work that goes into a fastest growing city in America.
Yeah.
I know we compete a little bit with a city called Salina, north of Dallas, but nevertheless, with growth comes a lot of challenges. And although it's kind of nice to be known as the fastest growing city in America, I don't know if that's a moniker I really want to wear.
Sounds scary to me.
It really does. It conjures up maybe traffic, a lot of and it's true. But I want to be known as the best city in Fulshear to live.
Well, you're doing it well.
In Texas, I mean,
and I've complimented you before. Not only do you seem to be comfortable sharing your mission or vision, but you're a man of faith. You're just a real guy. And,
Thank you.
And I've never seen anything other than that in all the years that I've had a chance to get to know you. So I'm going to jump right in with some hot topic questions.
Let's go.
Not really hot. But look, here's what's happening with your growth. The school district that your city is in, Lamar Consolidated.
And Katy,
partially Katy. I just know Lamar right now is going through a bond election.
That's right.
And my assumption is, because I've looked at the maps and the details, I live in Lamar as well. I've looked at, you need schools.
We do.
And so this bond sounds like it's rather important for your city's growth.
It is. Fulshear High School, which is one of the latest schools built in our area. I understand there's I think 600 or did I hear 800 seniors.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But I'm also an LCISD employee. I'm the announcer at Trailer Stadium for the football games.
I should have known that voice.
But I've been reading the bond for some time now, and we've got smart and recorded it.
Right.
So I'm pretty familiar with all the parts of the bond, the A, B, C, and Ds.
Yeah.
And there is no tax increase. In fact, it's going to stay level. And the only way your taxes will go up is if your property value goes up. And those seem to be leveling out a little bit. But let me tell you, one of the propositions is, I believe it's B, it's Trailer Stadium, the football stadium. It was built in 1960, William, and it has no ADA compliance. It has, we can't have a student section there because it's shut off, it's dangerous.
It's bad.
So what is really smart and what I love about the trustees and Dr. Nivens, this bond, although it sounds scary big, it's a debt that they can pay for based on the growth that's coming in our area. So there's no real fear of this being paid back in good time.
And you talked about growth that is projected.
Yes.
I don't see any signs that it's not going to grow. I don't see a slowdown.
There's not going to be a slowdown.
Yeah.
We have currently Fulshear High School out in this area. That's the purple track. We just opened Tomas, the green track, which is down at 723. You could probably throw a stone and hit it.
I drove by it.
There you go. And then 359, between us and Brookshire, they're already moving dirt for, I believe it's complex number 9, I believe. And then they're already seeking other property towards Simonton for yet another campus.
Wow.
So there's a lot. And let me say, when it comes to sports stadiums, they defeated building a big stadium like Katy. But what Dr. Nivens and his team are getting smart. Tomas's stadium, campus stadium, is a bit larger than just a practice field.
Right.
So you can host varsity games and have the band there. But, if we don't pass this bond, it's going to be painful with traffic congestion and portable buildings. realistically, portable buildings end up costing the district a lot more money in the long run because if you move them
and so I had a chance recently to interview the superintendent, Dr.
Oh, yeah,
Nevins.
I did see that.
Yeah, he's a great gentleman. He's a great leader. Here's what and it's probably from my experience in political positions. I'm not telling you how to vote.
Yeah.
I'm just begging you to educate yourself and be a part of
Absolutely.
voting. So you heard from the mayor himself. And by the way, you guys notice I even picked a perfect spot right next to his nameplate. So the schools one, certainly it's a growth issue.
It is.
The nightmare of the roadway development. How intrusive is that on your businesses, even though you have a bunch of great businesses coming in? How are they handling that?
Well, we have, particularly on 1463 at the crossroads of 1093 or the West Park Tollway, businesses have been hurting quite a bit, and that construction has been very slow in coming. It's a TxDOT highway, and there's a lot of roads coming in from the retail. And we went and spoke with TxDOT, went to Austin. They were very receptive. They admitted a couple of things that they could have done better, which is amazing when they do that. And they've now started to move a little bit quicker, and they're working on this intersection here because that's the most crowded one and the one that needs to be done the quickest. In addition, we passed an ordinance here at the city that we have a pretty strict sign ordinance in Fulshear, and we don't want signs everywhere and flutterings and all that.
Good for you.
But what we did is we kind of gave a pass to those people that are on constructive roads until that road is done. Then that part will sunset, so they can put out extra advertising and signs to get people, let them know that they're open. Go in this way, you'll get to my business.
Can you imagine the nightmare of running a business with that? So water issues. What is going on with your water issues? And you don't have to go long about this, but I can only imagine the capacity demand from 5 years ago to today to 5 years from now.
It's amazing with the growth in 10 years from basically 2,500 residents to over 50,000, and we're going beyond. Probably one of the hardest things for us to deal with is we have to be on a surface water by a certain date. 27 is the date. They're looking to push
We're
that to
all under that.
We have subsidence issues in Fulshear from groundwater, but I will say our team and are right on top of it. We've built 2 new water towers. We have 1 new water tower that is going to really enhance our system. The pressures have been fluctuating, but we're getting a handle on it. The main thing is we want to keep talking with what is called the North Fort Bend Water Authority, and we've been paying that extra fee on our bills and have gotten zero water because they're building a pipeline from
North Houston,
Lake Houston, all the way to here, and we're at the end of the line, William. So my contention is, what guarantee are we going to get water on a consistent basis?
And how much?
And consistently, and is the water going to be clean? There's all
water
kinds of
is
factors.
gold right now.
It truly is gold. But I tell you, the other thing, people will complain about water pressures and watering, but there is a great website called watermyyard.org, and it's brought to you by the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. And you can put your address in, and it will tell you how much water you need for the next 2 weeks based on there. I've been overwatering my yard, and I bet you 90% of us overwater our yards.
I didn't know that. I do mine every 3 days.
And that might be perfect.
I don't know.
But what a great way to check this and see if it's meeting those. Because it says, like right now, for the next 2 weeks, I only need ½ an inch.
So I tell people, and they don't want to hear this, I've got a house, a 2-story home in Sugar Land, and my wife and I use about 3,500 gallons a month, which is not a lot. And I tell everyone, maybe add a little for your kids and whatever. But I see people complain they've got 18,000 gallons a month. I'm going, well, what are you doing?
Well, that's a lot of it's landscaping. And then the other side of it, they turn on your water sprinklers. How often are you really checking your sprinklers and making sure it's not watering the concrete? Leaking, things like that. But if we all get together and think of water really and truly as a precious commodity, I think, remember when electric bills back in the oil embargo days, we were all turning off lights right and left, right? Now we have LED lights, and that's great. But water is not a finite. There are solutions, and I'm telling you, I never thought I'd learn more about water my whole life until I became mayor. But I like the fact that we are looking at, in Victoria County down there, they are looking to bring in brackish water and then desalinate it using a thorium reactor, which is not a nuclear reactor, but it's kind of like one. But it's power that, because we could drill here in Sugar Land and here in Fulshear. We can go down an extra 1,600 feet and get brackish water, which is a salty brackish, and it's indefinitely recharged by the Gulf of
Until it
Mexico.
affects your subsidence.
Well, but it won't.
It should not.
It should not.
No, until it does. I joke about that. So.
I sometimes joke about there wouldn't be subsidence committee if there wasn't subsidence. So we need to find subsidence.
So and I don't mean to get him drug off into those weeds, but that is truly a factor for all of us. Now, I'll tell you, water issues, probably one of my most entertaining questions. You ready?
I'd like to hear it.
And he does not know these questions. This is off the cuff.
It is.
Scooters and e-bikes. You just came up, your city just approved a new rule, right? Tell us a little bit about that, but why it came about.
Right. Well, I've experienced it. A lot of our police officers have experienced it, and some of the citizens too. These electric scooters are pervasive, and the kids are on them. And I can't believe they're riding these without helmets on our streets. And
quickly, they're riding quickly.
Quickly. Yes. Well, I want to address that because like every kid, hey, if I can find a way to hack it or whatever, they've hacked the governor in these things, and I'm not kidding. They're going over 40 miles an hour.
Stop with no helmet.
No helmet. And they are on our sidewalks. But what we try to do, we try to put a little meat. It's very hard to ban everything. Bicycles have to adhere to the rules of the road like a regular car. But these are motorized vehicles. And we have to somehow, they'll go to an intersection, and I see them just go right on across and not pay attention to a stoplight or nothing. Yeah. And we've had a couple people get hurt doing that. And
so thank God what does your new ordinance do? What does it tell them?
It's a $500 fine if you do not stop at a crosswalk.
Really?
That's right.
I hope they learn that.
And if we could at least get them to start being more aware and they don't have free reign to drive them anywhere, anytime they want. Good. Now, they're on sidewalks, and now I'm concerned about citizens using our sidewalk.
I walk them every day,
and you got to look out for them.
You got to jump.
So it's a real balancing act. William, you've been there before.
Well, I'm going to say this because you probably can't. It's a parent problem, but don't get me started.
Okay.
Somebody pays for them, somebody charges them, and somebody lets them run. I can say it because I'm not the mayor right now. So I'll leave it alone. All right, so your tax rate was just approved, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 cents per 100.
A little over 16.
Call it 70, whatever. Call it 16 cents, but it was projected to be 23. Is that correct?
Well.
And you guys were able to slice that down?
We've always, when you say 23, that includes kind of, I don't know where you got the 23 number.
Because tons of research.
We've always been right around the 16. In fact, over the last several years, we have lowered our tax rate based on our values going up so much. We've always come down. Now, of course, the legislature only allows us to increase it by a 3.5%, and they're even looking at 1.
Wow.
I mean, how to handcuff a city? Come on, state.
They think they can run it better than we can.
Well, yeah, and what
I can say that.
Yeah, what works for one city in Texas doesn't work for everybody.
Sure.
But our tax rate is the lowest in the county. Now, I must qualify this at 16 and some change cents. We went up just a point. Everyone will say 23%, but 23% of 16 cents is a 0.00 something,
Yeah, right.
So, but we don't have our own fire
department. You brought that up.
We have Emergency Service District number 4. Now, that's an extra 10 cents on your tax bill.
Right.
So effectively, we have a 26 cents. But when you look across the county, we are still lower than by almost half in many cases of our neighboring cities.
So you're making me come up with another question.
Okay.
Mayor, do you see your city planning to have a fire department or fire services?
Not at all. We're very happy with ESD. I think they're doing a tremendous job. We have a station just up the street at Central. We have a new one being built.
So you don't need it?
We don't need it. And I think it kind of also makes it their own entity and not have to something else we have to control it.
So you do have a good police department.
I tell you what, don't get me started on my police department.
You may or may not know it. I'm a lieutenant reserve with Fort Bend Precinct 1 under Vincent Morales, Chad Norvell is our constable, and Kelly Crow is our, and so I know all about your police department, and you guys do a really good job.
Well, in full transparency, my younger brother, Captain Mike McCoy, is here in the department. He's been an officer for 42 years, and they have put in such a community sense of policing. We are known as the third safest city in Texas, and I think this is because we're out there and we're showing our face, and we're there with the community on a regular basis. We've got a tremendous police foundation that supports them.
I like that.
The biggest issue we have currently is trying to attract good quality officers. We are now, if you're looking to be a policeman, we're hiring. We need 4, but we're trying to raise our pay. So we formed a committee to look at how we can raise our pay to our officers.
You got to be competitive.
We've got to be competitive.
Because Sugar Land's trying to get all the good ones too.
Well, and everybody, everybody's taking, officers, a lot of times their missions are awesome and noble, but they also have to raise a family and they go where the best is. I have an idea, and now you, as a citizen, I think, if we can afford to give property tax relief to senior citizens and veterans, which I totally support, well, why can't we give property tax relief to all first responders? That way, and dare I say, how about if you're a first responder in the state of Texas? You don't pay property tax.
Oh, don't even get people talking about it.
I'm just saying.
You're a rebel with a cause. I love it. All right, well, I love all that. Last question. This is a bigger question, and I don't know how it affects Fulshear growth. 36 alternate, or 36A, the development from the port up into Texas. How does that affect this city, or does it not?
Well, I think it's going to affect the city in a big way, and our neighbor Simonton to the west. Of course, we have the West Park Tollway heading out, and I think that's going to hook into 36A at some juncture.
Right.
But with this port being going to the Port of Freeport, and these goods and services being transported up right through our backyard, it could do nothing but help our economy.
Right.
And dare I put another thing out there? Wouldn't it be great to have a West Side airport as opposed to us having to go over to, maybe Sugar Land could turn that airport.
Well, we're never going commercial. Sugar Land, we decided to keep it what it is. And by the way, it's a great asset of our city.
Right.
And I would love to see you with the airport out this way.
Well, and I'm not talking in Fulshear, but maybe in Fort Bend County.
Larger,
But 36A is an important corridor, not only for the economy of Fulshear, but for the economy of Texas.
Right.
And dare I say the United States, simply because of the centrality of it all. Ships don't have to go to the port of Los Angeles and then be trucked on, with all the gas. They can come right down. The Panama Canal is widening for super ships, and they'll come up, take a left, and come right up into Texas. And let me say, the port fees and the type of revenue for Texas, hey, we're already the 8th largest economy.
I'm going to say it because you didn't. They get to travel through the Gulf of America.
Amen. Amen.
So on that note, while I'm thinking about it, many of you don't even understand what we're talking about related to Freeport. Port Freeport. What's happened is they actually dredged out a small portion of the Gulf, which allows the mega ships to come in to their port, which is a huge deal. It's such a big deal, not even the city of Houston, not even the port in Houston can receive these mega ships because they're too deep and too wide. But our Freeport. So what's happened is the materials that used to come from the east and west ports in America, they would come by truck and train to Dallas and come down to us. Well, we're now flipping that on its head, and so the jobs are ours, everything.
And 36A will travel up to Ennis. And Ennis, Texas, is one of the largest inland ports in the nation. And imagine if goods and services can get to central United States and then they can go to parts east and west. It's a game changer. Yeah, it really is.
Everything's changed. So sorry I went off on that. I think that was, I'm gonna end with this one. So what excites you about the future? Don't jump into your answer. Maybe your top 1 or 2, something that's really got you excited. I have stuff in Sugar Land, but what excites you most about the future of Fulshear?
Well, what excites me the most is we have a tremendous master plan communities, and I will say It's a very diverse community as well. And,
It's beautiful.
And what I love is when you get off into Cross Creek Ranch, Fullbrooks, where I live in Del Webb, the communities are absolutely phenomenal. If you look out the window right there,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I know it's a little ugly right now with all the road construction getting here, but you go down Bodark, you'll see ranchettes, you'll see horses and cows. So we still have, and we're redeveloping downtown with our Harris Street so we can still maintain that small town feel.
Hang on to a little of it.
Absolutely, you got to. But what I think really hangs on to that is that we now have live people answering the phone at City Hall. That keeps our town small. When we say howdy, as we always do.
Don't steal my logo.
I'm not going to steal. I got something else I'm going to show you. But we wave to our police officers and we help each other out. To me, the excitement is the way the community comes together at our events and they love each other. And we have developers looking at us now to bring things that are unique that you can't just get anywhere else.
Right.
Because we're actually holding the key this time. It's not like we need you.
Isn't that great?
And it's great to pick from somebody. So I'll tell you, I love your Howdy.
That's exciting.
It is. I'll tell you, I love your Howdy logo. And, and the thing is, that we say in Fulshear, I always end everything's be Fulshear friendly, BFF.
Yeah.
But I wish I had something to show you. But if you look at Fulshear, and then if you take the word Texas and you put on this side, right in the middle is the word heart. HEART.
Texas.
And it's right in the middle.
Why don't I see that up everywhere?
Fulshear, I'm doing it.
I love that.
Fulshear is where the heart is.
Yeah.
And I can prove it because it's right in the middle of our name.
Oh, I love that.
So you'll be seeing that coming out. I'll be sure to get you a T-shirt.
Well, I got to see, so I'll take anything.
Yeah.
But I wanted to thank you for being a great leader, being someone that is predictably you.
Thank you.
I heard it said some time ago, you don't have to look and act like everyone in your city. They just need to know who you are, and they're gonna run to you because you're the real deal. You prove it here. You prove it every day.
You're not going to say real McCoy, are you?
Well, I didn't want to. Yeah, that would be some pun intended.
I understand.
And so what I do with every interview that I do, I make sure that you do.
Oh my goodness.
Have a cool T-shirt.
Well,
Howdy Fort Bend. I'm so proud of Fulshear.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of all that you do in our community. Keep it up.
That's phenomenal.
And folks, if you've never met this man, take the time to meet Don. He's not just Mayor McCoy. He's Don. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
I love you guys. We'll see you soon. And bye, y'all.
Hey, be Fulshear friendly.
In the heart of Texas.
In the heart of Texas. Thank you, William.
You're
Appreciate it.
fabulous.